Antes de que culmine el 2025, quiero desearte una feliz Navidad y un próspero año nuevo 2026 y darte las gracias de parte de todo el equipo de Contralona por tu fiel respaldo y sintonía a nuestro canal, a nuestro proyecto. Este pasado verano tuve la oportunidad de dialogar con Karissa Rivera, conocida como la madrina del Legado del Fantasma en WWE, de raíces puertorriqueñas, siendo hija de quien en vida fue José Rivera, el luchador, y ahijada de el Invader número 3, Johnny Rivera. Mientras hacíamos esta entrevista, pues el internet me falló en muchas ocasiones. Y pues decidí archivarla porque pues había muchos errores. En fin, me dio por verificarla en estos días y dije, creo que la puedo salvar. ¿Y saben qué? En efecto, la pude salvar y organizarla y editarla para que ustedes la puedan disfrutar como debe ser. Así que los dejo con esta entrevista realizada a la puertorriqueña Karissa Rivera, Elektra López, aquí en Contralona.
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for doing this with us in Contralona. Back in 2018 for an event called Misterio Mania. You were here in the island. Do you remember that night?
Oh, I do. It was incredible. My father grew up in Puerto Rico. He started wrestling when he was really young, and he was tag team partners at one point with Hugo Savinovich, who was the one that booked me on that event. He was also Spanish commentator for WWE, and he works closely with AAA currently. So that night was amazing, and he actually surprised me with my godfather, who's Invader number 3, who lives on the island. And that night he came to the show, and I hadn't seen him since I was a baby, and he had given me like passing of the torch. He had given me his mask, so it was very emotional, and it was an incredible show.
I saw a picture of you on social media wearing the Puerto Rican flag as part of your attire for the House of Glory Puerto Rican Day or Puerto Rican Weekend show that Mike Santana presented back in New York. And I was really impressed with that attire, because it was like, okay, we know she's Puerto Rican, but man, that attire looks so great in her. What made you took the idea to wear the kind of attire like that, especially for that show?
Obviously I would have loved the opportunity with WWE to be able to perform in Puerto Rico. But this was my first match on the Indies after my release, and it just so happened that it was Puerto Rican weekend. So I thought it just felt right to wear that kind of gear coming out,
What would have been your dream match here in the island?
You know what? I think because Zelina is also Puerto Rican, I think it would have been really cool for me and her to have that experience together, even though we would have been going against one another. I think just the whole experience and having two people representing the island at a major company would have been historic.
I think that too. So, talking about your father, how influential has been your father, or was your father in your business, in your career in the pro wrestling business?
Oh, he was super influential. He passed away when I was younger, but growing up, the time that I did have with him, he would show me, different wrestling shows, and I would watch him in our basement. He had a whole gym set up. I would watch him work out, measure his biceps, and do all that. And I'm a little girl, like I'm, sometimes little boys are like, oh, interested in that, but I was all like, oh my God, like I want to be tough, I want to be strong, So then I always wanted to get into the business after he had passed away, but then my mom was good friends because she had actually taken time away from her career to travel with him once he was signed with WWF, and they both became good friends with Afa and Sika. So my mom had reached out to them, and they were the ones that actually, Afa Jr. and Sam were located in Allentown, Pennsylvania, which was closer to me in New Jersey. So they connected me with them, and they were the ones that actually broke me into the business.
Si necesitas camisetas, gorras, pancartas, stickers, en fin, arte promocional para tu negocio, tienes que visitar Bordados y Estampados de Juncos, localizados dentro de la farmacia La Inmaculada. Allí te va a atender José Rosa y todo su gran personal. Están ubicados frente a la plaza pública de Juncos. Comunícate con José Rosa y su gran personal al 787-405-2982 o visítalos a través de su portal bjuncospr.com y búscalos también a través de las redes sociales. Bordados y Estampados de Juncos, 787-405-2982. Utiliza la palabra Contralona y recibirás un descuento único y exclusivo, solo para ti. Talking about Puerto Rico and your Puerto Rican roots, how important is for you Puerto Rico and to represent the island everywhere you go?
I mean, I think, it is part of my roots. And if it wasn't for my father coming from that island where, he grew up in the mountains of Las Marias, he didn't come from much, and he was able to come here to the States. He was able to accomplish his dream. He stopped, once my mom had gotten pregnant with my older sister, but to represent the culture is extremely important to me, and to show young Latina girls that it doesn't matter where you come from or how much money you have, if you just work hard, anything is possible.
How have you reinvented yourself, at this current stage of your career?
So my whole experience within WWE, I was linked with Legado Del Fantasma. I had a small, short little time by myself, then within a tag team, and then back with Legado del Fantasma on the main roster on SmackDown. So right now I'm just trying to reinvent myself as a singles competitor and get my name out there as just me and showing what I can do, not just being a part of a group or not just being, with boys as a manager or being a tag team partner with another female. Like, I just am focusing on me and getting myself out there.
You said you work with Legado del Fantasma. Obviously, you did a lot of stuff on NXT, then on the main roster, SmackDown. What would you say was your favorite moment working in WWE?
I mean, my favorite moment would have to be when right after I got called up to the main roster in February. Right after that, got to walk out for WrestleMania. I didn't compete, but I was with the boys and I represented Legado del Fantasma, and I was out there in Philadelphia, and just to walk out on that stage, being in front of thousands and thousands of people, the energy, the crowd, it was an incredible moment. And some people, even though I didn't get to wrestle, some people never get to say that they even went on that stage, and it's the grandest stage in the world. So that was my huge and biggest accomplishment.
Ups and downs that you have had that made you the professional that you are today?
I think this
that you can share, of course.
Yeah, I think this industry definitely has a lot of ups and downs. You definitely need to have thick skin, whether it's on the indie circuit or in a major company. But I had to hustle to get signed with WWE. At the time, they were looking for me. I mean, the industry just changes so much, and what they want at one time could be a lot different than what they want a year or 2 years later. So during the time that I was really hustling for it, the industry had really done a big shift. It was like they were looking for mainly indie stars, then they were looking for more athletes, then it was like a combination. So it was just kind of overcoming all of that, taking the nose and not letting it break me, taking the nose and letting it actually fuel the fire, push me to keep going, push me to work harder and to prove that I'm undeniable. And that's, I think, what kept me going and got me there initially.
Amazing. Pro wrestling is very hot nowadays, not only in the States, but around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some place now that you're independent? Is there any place that you're looking forward to work with?
As far as companies, I'm keeping all of my options open. You never know where I might pop up at. But I would love to definitely, now that I have the flexibility and the freedom, I would definitely love to start doing more international things, whether it's Japan, Mexico, Europe. Like, I definitely want to travel and do more international bookings.
Including Puerto Rico.
Of course, including Puerto Rico.
But yeah, of course.
Of course.
So
of
companies
course,
here
of
in Puerto
course.
Rico, yeah.
Of course.
So promoters in Puerto Rico that are watching this interview, well, you know what to do.
Available.
Okay. So, yes, exactly. So going back to Legado del Fantasma and working with all Latinos, you being a Puerto Rican, how important was for you to represent the Latino colors in WWE at the moment you were there?
I think that being in a Hispanic group, and then especially being the only female, and with my role as La Madrina, being a powerful female in the group, I think that was very empowering to women, not only in the Latino culture, but to women around the world. You know, you're with a group of guys, but you also have a position where you have power, you know, where not a lot of managers as women in the industry have that ability, where it's just kind of like, oh, you know, that's what I always said, and Santos and I were agreeing, like, I'm not arm candy. I'm not, you know, like, I also, like, if I get in there, like, I'm gonna show you what I could do, whether you're a female or whether you're a male, like, we gonna get it going.
Any advice that you have for women that want to get where you were or where you are right now in the pro wrestling business that you may want to give to them?
Well, definitely, you need to have thick skin, because it is a a tough industry. They definitely do test you, and you need to be able to overcome. Stay strong-minded. Don't let people get in your head. You know, you'll get opinions from all different people, especially as women. There will be men, and when you go to the back after a match or something, all the men will be wanting to come over to you and give you, oh, their advice. Take it with a grain of salt, because again, you are a woman. So in reality, all the men want to talk to you. So you take everybody's piece of advice, take it with a grain of salt, and then you make it into your own, what you gather out of that can benefit you. And just ultimately stay true to yourself and be authentic. Because if you are not authentic, it's going to come across. If you don't believe it, how is the crowd supposed to believe it? So you have to be authentic to yourself. Don't ever lose that. And just keep on moving and being strong.
Any words to the fans that are watching you right now, either in Puerto Rico, Latin America, the States, that have supported you in the past and that are still supporting you nowadays?
All the fans who have supported me and are continuing to support me, I just want to thank you so much, tremendously, because it is your support that helps fuel my fire. And it is your support that keeps me going, because if it wasn't for the fans, there would be no wrestling. There would be no major shows. There would be none of this. So it's you guys that make us enjoy what we're doing, putting our bodies on the line every single day to entertain you. And everybody who supported me, I genuinely thank you. Genuinely.
That was great. Karissa, thank you so much for being here with me in Contralona. And it's always great to recognize the Puerto Rican that is outside of Puerto Rico that are working hard like you. So thank you for this time, and we wish you, the best in the business and everything that you are planning in your life as well.
Thank you.
Gracias a ti. Thank you so much. Karissa Rivera, la vieron aquí en Contralona, conectando la lucha libre contigo.
Contralona, mi